after the war, the 1980s war and chaos, then came the 90s. And the 90s was just like, yeah, it's the same time when the Berlin Wall fell. So it also felt for us, or for me at that time, like the curtains had opened. You know, it was totally a new chapter, a new phase. And I remember so vividly, that was the year when my parents got shifted or transferred from Old Kampala barracks and then to Nsambya Police barracks. And that was pretty much end of 1989, beginning of 1990s. One of the remarkable events I remember at that time was something I remember so vividly in that time. It was, I think, Phile Bongole Lutaya had died. Must have been 89 and December something, yes. And after his death, it felt so bad. And I remember soon after that, we moved to Nsambya barracks. And Nsambya is a place I can describe as one of those places that felt like a movie scene to me, you know, because it felt like a movie. If you've watched the movie City of God in South America, that's what Nsambya felt like. It was such a huge place with so many people, with so many houses, with so many children, with so many tribes. Because yeah, we came from Old Kampala. Old Kampala is such a small barracks, you know. It was very small. There was not so many units there, so it was really a very small cluster of officers and, you know, other regular servicemen. But then we came to Nsambya, and this was huge, you know. They had the dog section, they had the police band, they had all kinds of policemen you could find were all in Nsambya, all kinds of kids from all kinds of tribes. So when we got to Nsambya, it was like, okay, where are we? What is happening? And I remember we moved into where they call them the Italian quarters. And the Italian quarters were just small one-bedroom units, you know, with a small kitchen, not even a kitchen, well, a kitchen, call it a kitchen, a small store that were semi-detached. And with the neighbors we had at that time were Banyankole neighbors. Very nice people, very friendly. We always played around and always, you know, shared food. Sometimes they could give us their local processed milk, and we could give them our, you know, our local food from West Nile. And it was fun. So it was then when I moved to Zambia that I was still actually going to school in Old Kampala. So we still were going to Aga Khan for my older siblings, and I was going to Chago Road. And I remember that was the last phase of me seeing very disturbing images, you know. I call it very traumatic images at that stage of my life, because we were walking from Zambia, you know, imagine 8, 9-year-old walking from Zambia, going through the railways to the clock tower, and then that stretch from the clock tower where there's shop right now, right up to Shauriako. There used to be an prisons officers, I don't know whether it was officers' mess or something. There used to be something around there, around Shauriako, where you have the new taxi park. So there was that corridor where you could cross through and go to Chago Road where there's Kiseka Market. And so often you just bumped into somebody, especially in the container village, I remember, you bumped into somebody being killed, either by robbers or by, I don't know, but either someone crying or crying for their life. And a couple of times, yes, we did bump into dead bodies along those stretches, because they were almost condoned. If you were there at the wrong time, you'd just be, you know, you'd be on your own. So that I remember, and then the distance was quite big for us, and my parents decided to move us to Police Children's School. And Police Children's School, that is where my story starts.